Hello everyone and welcome to Kerki Comp. For those of you who don't know how this works, we play 3 different maps to score championship points, score 750 points to become a finalist, and a finalist must win a round to win the competition. We have 3.5 minutes on each map to explore the maps. First one by Rad. Ooh, some tough turns in here. I will edit down the exploration rounds to just one good run each, because I think the 3.5 minute just isn't that interesting. And most of it's been me bonking into pulls so far. Probably go inside of that pull. Alright, low speed finish. Also, speed conservation going to be big. Alright, map 2, we got Mortishade. Ooh, big turn. I can't wait for Warcans to fix his mods or whatever issue he's having, so that he can actually join the game normally. These turns just keep coming. Alright, simple enough, you just a little bit of memorization, probably. And map 3, last one before we start scoring points, GearworkDragon. Ooh, that's supposed to be a smoother landing. Let's get an actual representative run. Where over here? Ah. Lots of kind of blind jumps and some feathers that almost killed me. Feel like an outer wall red. Oh no! There were 2 finishes and I missed both of them. Through following other players, I've been made aware of multipaths here. Also, I missed the finish again, but I'm sure I can get it. A lot of people seem to be missing the finish. It's a struggle. A lot of people doing what I did, going between the 2 finishes. So, on to point scoring rounds. Can't believe I did the first corner without sliding out. That's one of the hardest parts of this track. All 3 of these tracks, I think, are very memorization heavy. You kind of have to know what the best line is. This one, it's about avoiding these pulls. And you gotta set up for a couple of corners before you really know they're coming. And then speed conservation is huge here because of the uphill ending. And a couple pulls that I kind of forgot to react to. Timer gets reset to 1 minute once the first person finishes. So I was fumbling with my steering limits trying to figure out where 60 was. 60 does seem to be really good for that first corner, which is a difficult one to do well. And there's one pull that you might want to go inside of. This one. Nah, I'm not making that turn. And then this pull you have to remember to go to the left of, and then there's one right at the end here. So I'm going to have more speed at the end. Down a 10th. Nah, didn't quite recover the time. 7th place. Yeah, still 7th place in the first round. That's pretty good for me. We play until there are 5 winners, so I like to be right on the edge of the top 5 there, and I usually start slow in Kirky. Wow, we got some good players in this lobby ahead of me, though. It's going to be hard to beat them. Quick Racer takes the first win. Love to know some of the other lines people are taking on this map. The corners are so long, there's a lot of options. Ooh, that felt good. I think that was the best I've taken that yet. Pandemic went really inside. It seems like the more inside you go, the less speed you have. So it looks like round with more speed at the end here. Don't mind me, I hit the finish. This first corner is really confusing me because I'm not quite sure. We see Pandemic taking a very wide entrance. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take this run. No more resetting. This corner I think I just figured out in that last run. What's the speed like? +1. That might be it. I was experimenting with going really wide there, but you lose a lot of time. So even if you have a few extra speed, it seems like it does not pay off the time deficit. And I'm going to have a much better ending than last time. Puts me still outside the top 16 even. 17th on this map. Oh no, RTube. Sandals taking the win on this map ahead of Hydro, Pants, Round, Quick Racer. Warcans and RTube coming back from a DNF in round 1, it seems. We go on to the third map, Gearworks, which I did not get a finish in the warm-up round, although I know how to. The finish itself is kind of difficult, it seems. There's also this alternate path that I didn't know about until following Lindsay on the last run of warm-ups. And this feather section that's kind of dangerous. This seems like a good run so far, but I need to actually hit the finish, which I haven't done yet, and I need to stay on track. It's okay, being slow will help me get a time. Thank goodness for that sign to keep me on track. I forgot about the alt path. And now I don't have time to actually get a finish. I should have just kept that run. This path is just faster. I think it's shorter, and I think you have more speed. And everybody is doing the outer wall right. I think that's general consensus. That's the right thing to do there. This corner is more difficult than I thought, as I learned last time. And that might be the line for the risky finish, if you want to call it that. The fast finish. Didn't quite have time. Not many people finishing. I was the bottom 2 to have gotten a time, but a lot of people did not get a time, so that's not a bad place to be. I am 10th in the championship order at the moment. This turn is like, what, 56% steering or something? I don't think the start was great, but it's been a pretty decent run besides that. Do you have Sandals, I think, passing me here? And I should have time for another run. Oh yeah, Sandals took that much tighter, which I think was just better. Well, that was fine. Just put on the 80 steering limit and trust in my hands to do the work. I'm a little bit down speed. That's unfortunate. I don't have time to reset. What? Sandals? Okay. Interesting thought. That pull was in a bad spot, but it might be something to look into. Not quite an improvement. Still 7th place, even on what was, I thought, not the greatest run. Oh, did I snipe R-Tube again? Or I just barely beat R-Tube again? Yeah. Quick Racer DNF? Yeah. So Quick Racer won that round last time, DNF'd this time. Hydro getting a big lead in the championship points now. Being probably the only one consistent across all 3 maps so far. Pants, Lindsay, Round, Sandals, a close group there. I'm in 7th somehow. But it does seem like I am good at Rad's map, and that's about it. Yeah, I see Hydro and Round landing pretty far because there's a little bounce there, so if you jump higher, you do get a smoother landing. Just following Hydro and Round's line. Hydro did reset. I feel like I've been led astray around. Oh, and +4 speed. I feel like I was up more time than that, though. Kind of got the smooth landing. An improvement to 9th place, at least. That's something. Just ahead of R-Tube again, by the way. Hydro looking very good on this map. Lindsay with a good time. Hydro looking very good overall, actually extending that championship points lead to almost 100, which is a full win. Still a little bit away from becoming finalist, but that's a kind of buffer that's nice to have. Oh. People not going for the alt path. There's another booster on the main path, but I'm pretty sure I felt faster going the alt path anyway. This is the corner that almost took me out last time. Good, and then do something like that. Hit the risky. Perfect. There we go. There's a pretty good run. Might as well try this way, just to see what the speed ends up being. Yeah, the speed is still slower. Actually not as far down as I thought I would be. What if you actually got an inner there? It would just set you up bad for that drop down, I think. Mac Cheesy hitting between the finishes. Benji getting the risky. It's Metal Ted going normal. Shady Neck going normal. 4th place for me, that's pretty good. Big points. Hydro pulling ahead again. I mean, Lindsay was their closest competitor around, pulling up into 2nd now. Hydro in good position to win this, though. That felt nice. This drop down's a little weird. This is a decent enough run so far. Was that 130 at the top of that hill? I'm not sure what my good speeds are. Ah, I went so wide. I do wonder if you want to jump into that a little bit. Like that. Got the 130 again. Only have this one run. Seems to be a pretty good one so far. Could have been a little tighter on the final corner, but that is a time. Is 8th place. Not great. Is anybody trying the sandals jump? Sandals is not trying the sandals jump, so I don't think so. And it's the uphill ending, right? So because he would lose speed doing that, and the speed pays off. Enemy, how did you do that? Hydro wins another round by a good margin also. Quick Racer seems to be good on this map. Lindsay and Round seem to be pretty good everywhere. I'm going to take a moment to actually photo mode Hydro. Because I want to see this line. Oh, very tight. Very tight and then runs out wide. Yeah, so taking as tight a line as possible in turn 1, which I think is fine because the speed doesn't matter too much since you kind of overjump that downhill. So actually having less speed gets you a better hill. It kind of cancels itself out. Similar there, very tight line and then running out wide again. And then the ending as normal. Oof. Something like that. I don't think that was very good. Oh, that wasn't good either. Struggling to get that tight line. That's a tough line. I went a little bit wider also. This whole run has been a little bit wider than I wanted it to be. But the price of photo mode, so I only really gave myself one attempt. Oh. 36-8. 16th place. I think this map is just it's damage limitation. Try not to fall too many points behind. Sandals takes 1st place though. A little bit down the leaderboard for Sandals. That was not the leaderboard I wanted to pull up. Sandals in 4th. Hydro with a big lead over Round and Lindsay, who are pretty close in 2nd and 3rd. I'm not too far off of the top 5. I think I can do well on this track when I don't mess it up. And I think I'm good at Rad's track. And I do have to win one of them if I want to actually win a top 5 position. So not Mortishade's is my take on that. Kind of do an early drop off there, and that seems to be pretty easy for the fast finish. Only 4 people getting finishes on their first runs. People were calling Rad's map... Ah, shoot. So people were calling Rad's map DNF land, but this is actually the map that is not having very many finishers every time we come to it. Hydro in position to become finalist next round. That's what the yellow name indicates. Quick Racer, I think, doesn't have enough time because I was not going to have enough time. They do have a time on the board right now. Still, we got people missing left, missing between the finishes. Pandamain driving off the edge of the map there. Seems like the end is what's catching most people out. We got another one hitting between, Matic making a big jump. So I might be able to do well on this map based on others' errors. Only 12 people finished, which is actually less than previous times on this map. That's a good map for me to get points on. This is also a good map for me to get points on. Round is just over 1 win away from becoming finalist, which gives Hydro that little bit of breathing room to get his win. You do need to win a round to win the competition. Hydro has been winning most rounds, though. Surprised I'm not seeing people passing me. This is a smooth run, but not the cleanest. Oh, not a lot of people on their first runs, I guess. Quick Racer's looked fast on this map when he can get a finish. He's right in front of me. This is his only attempt. I'm going a little bit too left there. I'm getting that tiny drop down. Ah. Well, I'm not improving. I don't think Lindsay's improving either. See if Quick Racer can get a timeout at the end. Hydro does take first by a lot. 8/10 over Sandals in second. Make that round now 3/10 back, but not going to block Hydro. Quick Racer coming in, gets 4th place. Anybody else coming towards the finish? Pandamain looking pretty fast up the hill. Not going to do it though, only 7th. Hydro coming in, just in case, does not improve his time, but does pick up the win. Quick Racer still holds the record on this trek. But Hydro does take 1st place with a pretty dominant performance. A lot of other people having DNFs or issues on certain maps. And we don't even have a finalist. That's how dominant Hydro was. Round will become finalist with just about any finish. And it's a little ways back for Sandals, Lindsay, Quick Racer. Kind of the next group, Pants and myself, hanging on to the end of that. Hydro's going to switch to his alt account and try to win a second time. That'd be really funny, but... Sandals has looked fast on this map. In 1st place by a good margin right now. That was not the Hydro line, but it felt good. What's my speed here? I probably lost a little bit of time. Oh no, I'm actually... That was very good for time. Not very good for speed. That bounce is not going to be good for speed either. It's going to be pretty close to my previous time. Couple tenths improvement. Quick Racer getting a pretty good time. Nobody is going to become finalist with it. Oh, Round is going to become finalist with this now, with that finish. And what do the other championship points look like? Sandals about 50 back from becoming finalist. Quick Racer with a win would hit the 750 threshold. Yeah, DNFs are really bad. I think that's what set everybody back. I've been getting times... I don't think I've DNF'd But I've definitely had some bad runs. But the fast guys, right? That's why Quick Racer, Sandals, pretty much everybody else that you usually see in the top DNFs is why they were over a full round behind Hydro and becoming finalist. Hydro, I think, got a finish on every single map, and that was basically the difference. He was also winning most maps, so that helps too. Okay, felt a little bit scared there. Round in the front right now. He's been good on this map. He is finalist. Like Hydro, he is looking to win immediately after becoming finalist. Round going a little wide with the feathers. Still seems to be on a better run than I am. This is a good run for me, though. Make sure I go nice and wide here so I don't skid out into that sign again. And round dropping off way too early there. This is actually a really good run. Second place for me. Not quite sniping round, but huge points. And I know Sandals can become finalist if he gets a good run here, but he's not quite in position to do that just yet. Oh, Pants with a big jump actually hits the finish. Got third place with that, so another possible way of hitting that fast finish over there. Sandals is going to be 6 points short. So again, we get a winner this time for second place, and there's going to be no finalist. Although there are a whole bunch coming. Sandals Quick Racer should get it with any finish. Lindsay could become finalist. Pants with a win would become finalist. This is possibly a good chance for me to actually get my first top 5 in Kerki. Since I'm not too far behind the bunch. Also, the way the finalists have nicely spread themselves out in the early rounds here means they will bunch each other up at the end. And at that point, all I have to do is find a win. Probably on Gearworks map. 41.3, that is 4th place right now. Let's see the yellow names, the 2 people I mentioned slated to become finalist. Tiny bit of a slide out there, but otherwise I think this is a strong run. Taking a lot of these corners a lot tighter than I usually have also. Except for that one, which is still wide. Not up a whole lot here. Could still be taking that final corner a tiny bit tighter as well. That is a slight improvement, but I'm actually... Yeah, I am... where am I? 5th. Some people barely making the finish or not quite making the finish. And yes, we do have the 2 finalists, Lindsay and Sandals, going into the next round fighting for 3rd place. And me taking the win on this map. Actually, huge points. Not far behind myself. Oh, actually, a little bit behind. Only 450 points. I am just over 1 win away from becoming finalist, but also I'm not winning on this map. So just getting any points here. A nice win to block on Gearworks map would be good for me. Pants and Quick Racer are going to become finalists with any finish. That's so wide. Let's just get points, though. I still have time for a second run, also. I think what I need here is just some points to put me in position to grab finalist on the next map. This is an awful run, though. It's not going to be very many points. Sandals has looked very good on this map. He is in 1st place, looking to take 3rd place. Lindsay has also been strong on this map, not putting in the greatest time right now, but could still get that win herself. I have time to see this checkpoint. I'm resetting. So wide, it's so hard to take these turns without skidding out. +2 speed, but you get less of that downhill, so I don't know what this does to speed. Evens it out, apparently. That's not good. Quick Racer's also flying past me. Quick Racer's very close to Sandal's time, actually. Could come in here with a block. Never mind, that was a pull. Not an improvement for me, but that is plus 31 points for 14th. Sandals takes 3rd place in their first round as finalist. Quick Racer and Pants will join Lindsay as finalists now, and I need top 2, I believe, to become finalist here. Okay, so I'm sensing another little problem, which is even if I win this, finalists could win the next 2 rounds, and we don't ever come back to my good map. So, big block, please, from somebody else would be nice. These feathers are scary. Do I have time for 2 runs? Is close. Uh-oh. Just enough time. Pants in first right now. The only of the finalists who have finished so far. Looking to take 4th. This is solid so far. This is better than my last run was. I should have just enough time to snipe. Quick Racer takes first by 6 thousandths, I think that is. I'm kind of focused on driving. Pants does not seem to be on the best of runs right now. Oh, a little bit of a slide out almost messed me up there. God damn it! Oh, I was so close. That's such a hard finish to hit. So Quick Racer will take it by 6 thousandths of a second. Quick Racer takes 4th place for I think the second cookie in a row. Pants is still finalist. Lindsay is still finalist. I am still far away. That was really bad for me, actually, 'cause I needed points there. And now there only one more person can win. One winner to go, as Mackie says in chat there. So it is likely over on this round if Pants or Lindsay gets a win. Or maybe somebody can snipe. And me won this last time. That was a lag spike. I think I'm good on this track, although the times haven't really been there for me. That was the best final corner I've had. 41.2 is first place. Is second place now. And me is good on this track. Second place is fine. It would make me finalist still. And it doesn't really matter a whole lot because the next map's so bad for me. We'll still see if finalist can win on this map as well. This is a good run. This is less good of a run. I had to go so wide there. That was a tight entry. I've lost all the speed. That's unfortunate. This was such a good run up to that point. Where are the finalists? Lindsay has a time. Here comes Lindsay up the hill. Does not win it. And where is Pants? Doesn't seem like he's coming to the finish. So no final winner yet. And me again picks up huge points on this map. Panda Main and myself getting close to finalist. We go back to Mortishade's map. Where I know Lindsay has had some decent times. I think Warcans has had some decent times here. I'm apparently 9th on GTR. Although I have not felt like I've been good on this map at all, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what run that was. seems like a decent run so far. I mean, really for me, it's about getting any points because I'm 3 points away from finalist. And then it's about somebody else blocking who is currently Pants in first place by 4/10 of a second. Pandamain would be set to become finalist, but it doesn't matter if it ends right here. This is such a hard first corner. .35.5 is a nice time, as Quick Racer says, only a 10th off of world record, so it's going to take a lot for somebody to beat that. Pandamain says GG. That's not good for me either. I think Pants might just have this. There's still going to be a few people coming to the finish, though. Ouch. Might as well watch at this point. There is nobody on this half of the track. Lindsay gets second with a very strong time also, but it's not going to be enough for her to get the win. Nobody at all racing, it seems like. So Pants will take 5th place, with Lindsay as the only other finalist. Kind of a strange Kirky in that sense. We never really got the big group of finalists. It would have been big with me and Pandamain almost getting there and me getting close as well. But that's your top 5. Hydro Round, Sandals, Quick Racer, Pants getting it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to join Kirky yourself, join Mackie's Discord, which I will link in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.